Yeah.
on radar, on velocity. Like it has the exact form of a supercell
Um,
of a
tornado warning
shrimp.
for tornado warning for Pickens, Green, and Sumter has been canceled.
Okay. So yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know why.
all the tornado warnings have been canceled, but we most likely could see that there is a new one that could
But
develop. Um,
that rotation of Coker might go warn soon. I'm not gonna lie to you.
this
It could
rotation
be contaminated.
near Billingsley could go tornado warned. Look at the hook.
Oh, look at
Yeah, I've
that!
seen it.
Look
On
at the
top of
most
that,
recent scans. Most recent scans.
Oh yeah. This
I'm
is
gonna look
looking.
at
I love how it is a TVS.
Montgomery.
Oh, what? 90
Good
on top
God.
of 35. My, you know what? And
Why
just
is it
weakened
orange
significantly, but
If you guys
anyway?
start piling the stream so that we can get on people's recommended feeds and stuff like that, as well as share
Yeah, let me
this
go
with friends and
let me do that real
family
quick.
and on social media, that would be great too. If you're new,
wait,
subscribe and
Nate,
turn on notifications. Yep.
Nate. The Rangers have a 9-0 lead.
Against who?
The Flyers.
Getting curb
It's
stomped.
the end of the second period. It's the end of 2.
They're getting curb stomped.
We scored 7 in the second period.
Anyways.
Jesus. Two tornadoes. Gilbert Town caught the Silas wedge in
Go
the
to
jungle
severe
north
weather
of Fire.
chat. Go
All
to
right.
severe weather chat.
So
This is
this-
another spot that I'm paying attention to. The one that I posted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're all watching. Let me see.
Okay, I'm
which
sorry,
one.
but this is the funniest thing.
This is Little southwest of Montgomery. Oh, is that down there in that's down there in the swamps, brother.
Anyway, so this is the part 2 of the outbreak. This is the second stream that we're gonna have up. So now we get to stream for another 12 hours if we really need to, and to be able to cover all the events here on this spectrum. So that's something to keep in mind with that. That we are up and ready and raring to go.
This cell just kicked up again. As it's been doing all day long for whatever reason, raining down on Selma
This is how
and
we do it.
Billingsley for whatever reason. In
Yeah.
Dallas and Autauga counties, it's just been the same areas all day.
Yep, and as I mentioned before, guys, YouTube doesn't really like it when we do 38 or 36-hour live streams, so we got to break it into 12-hour live streams and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's get into the weather now instead of the Rangers, because nobody cares about the Rangers.
9-0.
Anyways, so the severe thunderstorm warning that's heading south of Billingsley is still looking relatively prevalent. Look at this hook. Absolutely phenomenal with the inflow unimpeded. Would not be surprised if this thing starts to produce sooner or later. It is trying to get its act together, so it is one of those things to where we need to continue to monitor this storm as we continue to move along into the late evening hours.
So, I'm watching a rotation right now in Pickens County, just west of Gordo, east of Carrollton, and this it's there, it's broad, but it may be something to watch. It may not be at the same time though, just because of the fact that it's out there right in between all the rain. The atmosphere is still prime, but I mean, with there being that much rain around, it might be stabilizing the air in that region. It's possible. So I guess we'll watch it for now. We'll kind of wait and see. The area near Geiger, east of Geiger, is still going as well. That'll still be something to watch as well. That Coker situation, I don't really know what's going on there. Clovis said, hold on 1 second.
You're in Booth, Alabama, so the good news about you is that the storm that's right next to Booth is actually heading off to the north the tornadic supercell. But if you know anyone who lives north of Booth into Billingsley, as well as Mountain Creek, Verbena, and Cooper, I would tell them to get into their safe space, because this supercell does look primed to produce something tornadic along the line. So that's something to keep in mind as it continues to move off to the north.
Guys, look in severe weather chat at the vertical wind profiles from that photograph that Andrew's Twitter had just posted out in front of the QLCS.
Let me see. Oh.
Oh, that photograph looks pretty bonkers. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Where was this at?
This is in front of the QLCS tonight.
KMXX. Oh, that's
Montgomery. Yeah,
that's
Montgomery.
That's actually that's a sounding right next to the supercell too. That's the thing.
That's about what?
Yeah, so looking at CC, there could have been potentially a quick brief touchdown.
Yeah, no, this is definitely something that we need to continue to monitor.
Oh, it's wrapping up again. It's wrapping.
Yep.
Look, and the hook is wrapping.
Yep, this is exactly what we were fearing. let me take a 3D of the storm to be able to
I
see.
seriously think this could be the storm of the night. It's taking its time.
Oh yeah, look at this inflow notch. This inflow notch has developed significantly over the past few 15, 20 minutes. Look at this cave right here. This is where the inflow comes in unimpeded. And so this thunderstorm is continuing to build more and more, getting a stronger tornadic updraft as it continues to move off to the north and east. So people around near Mountain Creek really need to monitor this storm. And this thing is actually tightened significantly. There's actually 2 areas of rotation with this storm. That's how serious this is. So something to keep in mind with that there is 2 areas of rotation within one inflow notch, and that this could easily continue to move off to the north and east and potentially produce a tornado. So something to keep in mind with that. If you guys are new to the stream, or if you're new to the part 2 stream, please be sure to leave a like, get on people's YouTube's algorithm, share this with people on social media, friends and family, so we can get the word out, because we need to inform people. Oh, the latest scan just came in, and this is intense. 34 on top of 93. This is an intense rotation right here.
Yep. Hold on.
I
got a debris ball. It's on the ground.
It's got nothing.
That's I don't see it officially. I think that's a part of the inflow still.
Hold on. Let me see.
I think that's a part of the inflow.
I think it's still a part of the inflow. I don't think we've officially seen it yet.
Fine. That's fair. But report of a rotating wall cloud. Tornado warning just came out. Report of a rotating wall cloud for this cell. I cannot talk today.
So I don't know if you remember, but most of the storms today have like spun up really fast and dropped. This storm seems to be taking its time.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of a scary thought.
Yeah, so now we've got a tornado warning for this cell.
Yep.
If it'll update.
Yeah, it's
Autauga,
Dallas, Chilton, and Elmore counties in Alabama. That'll be in effect until 9:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So this is indeed intensifying to the point where the storm, or the National Weather Service in Birmingham, actually is taking notice of this storm as it continues to move off to the north and east. That's really something that we really need to pay attention to. This thing very well could be intensifying further into the evening, and this is something that we really need to monitor this storm as it continues to move off to the north and east. So if we take
the CC drop.
Is it?
Oh my God! Look at
no, that's not still not.
Yeah, no, that's
it's inflow.
Not, no.
Oh yeah, that's in the inflow notch.
That's still inflow. Zach Copley with a $2 super chat says 46,000 views on the stream that we just ended. Jeez, bonkers, chat. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you everyone that came out.
That's good though. I'm glad we had that many views.
Yeah, that way we got the word out. We can continue to get the word out by liking and sharing the stream on social media. So let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's keep getting the word out.
Yeah, so Locations impacted will include Marbury, Vita Junction, Walona, Higgins Ferry Park, Verbena, Titus, Mitchell Lake, Mitchell Dam, Cooper, and New Prospect. Until what is that? 9:15, I believe.
Yes,
Nine
sir.
fifteen. Yeah. So anybody in that warning area, go ahead and take shelter.
Yeah, if you live along Interstate 65, you'll have about 15 minutes in order before you can actually expect the tornadic rotation to be right on top of you. So if you live in those general vicinities, you guys need to go ahead, take your proper precautions, get underground or get to the lowest innermost part of your building, particularly a bathroom or a closet with no windows, so you can put as many walls between yourself and the tornadic rotation as possible. Then it'll be heading off into the Mountain Creek areas in about 20 minutes. So just a bit of reference, that is right around United States Route 31, the junction of that, and State Route 111. So you really need to continue to monitor this as it continues to move off to the north and east. I'm seeing a delta velocity now of 77 on top of 25. That is a 102 mile per hour delta velocity, a strong rotation signature on the supercell, and there's another rotation inside the inflow notch too. So there is actually still two areas of rotation within one supercell. So we really need to continue to monitor this storm as it continues to head off to the north and east with this system.
Yeah. Wow. Donut. Okay, that's fun.
This is really really interesting to look at. I'm not going to lie, because it's not typically the type of supercell that you would find, but at the same time, this is had that same characteristic over time, and that it is still producing some tornadic conditions within this general vicinity. So it's something to keep in mind with this storm.
See, I'm sampling 20 over 70 on the northern side of the rotation. So we've got 90 on one side, and then 68 over 26. So pretty much about 100 on both sides of the rotation.
Yep.
Pretty much 100 miles an hour.
Now 90 to 72 on this part.
Yeah, this is definitely a situation that people need to continue to monitor. Especially as I mentioned, there is two areas of rotation that could be pushing on through into the Mountain Creek vicinity. So if you live over near Mountain Creek, or if you know anyone who lives near Mountain Creek, like around the Interstate 65 area, right next to the United States Route 31 and the intersection of State Route 11, you need to continue to monitor this extensively, because this could continue to push on through your general vicinity and cause you tornadic conditions.
Oh my god! I'm at this point. I'm fully expecting the next scan to have a CC on it.
Looking at the next scan, and there's nothing. The rotation's actually still fighting with itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's necessarily anything on the ground right now. Oh wait, there's a hole right now. There is a hole.
Where?
Yeah.
Right where the TVS is.
Ooh. Oh, there's a lowering in the correlation coefficient. I'm not sure if that's associated, but there is. No, it's a part of the radar. The radar is kind of dying a little bit. There's a scan that's kind of screwed up a little bit, but there's also maybe the chance for a little bit of a debris signature, but it's kind of half and half. I'd honestly have to wait for the next scan.
Actually, hold on. That's I think that's a CC drop.
It might be, but I honestly have no clue.
It's kind of hard to tell, but that might be it's hard to tell, but it's possible.
Yeah.
I guess we'll know here in a second if it
Radar
gets
is
confirmed or
spazzing
not.
out right now.
Yeah, the radar is really having a tough time.
Drop big time. Lowered big time. Yeah, that spectrum width just lowered big time right there. But it could be hail.
Yeah, true. It could be. What is? Let me see.
Oh,
Spectrum.
this is a report of a rapidly rotating wall cloud, approximately a half a mile north of Booth. Well, not Booth. Probably like 3 miles north of Booth. But that was a report on Spotter Network that there was a rapidly rotating wall cloud within that cell. So that is something to keep in mind as we continue to watch this move off into the north and east. That there has been reports of wall clouds here on this system.
LCLs have been so low that effectively these storms are becoming high precipitation so fast
Nate,
that it's cutting off the flow on a lot of these storms.
if you'll just look in severe weather chat, I do believe there may have been a brief touchdown, possibly.
Um,
Like it could have been a very brief one, but I mean it coincides with the rotation. It does.
well, but
So
there's also it's an inflow notch there still.
true.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's
the only thing. The inflow notch actually says that it's
yeah.
not tornadic. It's not the tornado. That was
Tornado
the
Genesis could be struggling tonight. Yeah, exactly.
it's now starting to try and restructure. That's one thing I'm starting to notice. It's trying to restructure itself. The two rotations, the one off to the north and one off to the south, they're trying to merge and become a bit more of an outflow dominant type cell rather than inflow dominant. So that is something to keep in mind with this. And what that basically means is if it can become a bit more outflow dominant, then that's typically when you could see your tornado actually spawn a bit more with a definitive look rather than just something that has popped up and became something small and turned into something large.
Well, outflow dominant storms usually die.
Not
Yeah.
entirely, because if you notice if it becomes outflow dominant, it could also signify just from a chasing perspective that it could intensify significantly.
Well,
We
that
are
could, that is,
So that's one of those things where if some storms become outflow dominant from the gate, they might intensify significantly out of the gate, but then die relatively in a short period of time. Now, if it actually can clear that outflow, then it could potentially become a bit of a long track situation. But it is trying to organize itself and push its outflow a bit more into the system rather than just be mainly
yeah,
inflow dominant.
it is trying to reorganize. I can see it a bit. I guess
Um,
that low level jet's not strong enough yet.
I'm not sure if it's even the low level jet that's strong enough. I think it's just the updrafts right now aren't too strong, or the tornadic updrafts.
Yeah.
Because I can see definitely the updrafts that are holding up all the hail over Mountain Creek. That is still there, 100%. But the tornadic updraft in itself, it's not looking all too good, or at least it's looking better in the upper parts of the atmosphere. And that's something that I also noticed too in the soundings, that some of the areas in south central Alabama, some of those soundings were a little bit elevated. I will mention that. So we could see a little bit of that elevation in some of these storms as well, besides the squall line that's pushing on through. So really something to keep in mind as we see this event unfold in front of us. But they did note that there was a rapidly rotating wall cloud with this storm, so I would not be surprised if this thing ends up trying to produce um, with this storm.
Oh, I found an image of the tornado in downtown Coleman.
There was a tornado in Coleman today.
Yeah, there was a tornado in downtown Coleman.
Was that when I was gone?
Yeah, that was while you were gone. It was I didn't officially think it was a tornado, but I got report from another server from he's actually a student at the University of Alabama, I think. They were in Coleman for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, he said that they intercepted. So
I'm back.
I'm
Sorry
going
about
away.
that.
I put it in severe
oh
weather
my
chat.
god.
That is
Jesus, what the hell?
Yeah, a lot of these tornadoes have been dropping without us really being able to tell just how big or powerful they are.
oh yeah, that's the type of
Jeez.
environment
Because of
we
the
can
radar
expect.
holes.
Yeah. Like, we probably, like that one wedge that was in the Sela. I forgot the
Yeah,
name.
Silas.
Yeah, Silas. That one earlier on this afternoon that was massive. and had great shear, but it was in such a massive radar hole. Like that tornado could have been the
Part of
tornado of
me,
the day, and we just couldn't see it at all.
part of me wants to, part of me wants to head out for Alabama and try to see if I'll be able to help with search and rescue tomorrow because it's going to be needed.
Morgan, check
But,
Don't you have
DMs.
to work? Don't you have to work?
Yeah, I do. Part of me wants to call off because I feel like this is more important.
Yeah.
Alabama storm damage report: a Thomasville woman and her toddler were inside this home. It's in the
Yep.
severe weather chat. We're inside.
See,
this
Nate, I
tornado.
knew that, and people didn't want to believe me. And now I'm sitting here, and now I'm just sitting here doing a Stephen A. Smith and dancing in my chair.
Nate, rotation is increasing again. That it's clearing the inflow notch out.
Oh wow! Look at that house. Jesus.
Oh yeah, the rotation is definitely trying to wrap up again. 100%.
Nate,
Mhm.
Nate, DMs.
Ugh.
It's still 9-0.
I hope they're fine too. Yeah.
What's even funnier? Here. I'm not gonna try and get off topic when talking here, but look at the shots. Like,
There we go. Yeah, so this storm is doing exactly what we said it would, and it's heading towards Mountain Creek. So, if you live in Mountain Creek, I said before that you had a little bit of time. Now you don't have any. So the storm is right on top of you almost. If not, when you hear this transmission, it will most likely be right on top of you. So, you need to get into your safe space now. This is a situation to where you need to prepare, especially since as this gets closer and closer to you, you will most likely have tornadic conditions occur in and around your area. So you definitely need to monitor this as this continues to move off to the north and east. Need to 100% monitor this system as this moves off later on this evening.
The thought of the worst event still not even having happened is just
concerning.
concerning. Yeah, the thought of that being a reality after nighttime has fallen when this state has already dealt with so much.
Yeah, this is supposed to be mostly a nighttime event, apparently.
Exactly, and like we've seen a few PDS warnings, but like the rest has been pretty brief touchdowns and like cyclic stuff.
Even our massive wedges weren't on the ground for that long.
Yeah, they were only there. We had one, I think, long track earlier in the event, like at the start.
There's rotation northeast of Akron going towards Moundsville, directly over Cypress.
I think personally the worst event has passed, but the more consistent event is coming still. Personally. Because we've had multiple wedge tornadoes with discrete cells move across. Now, since the window of the discrete cells is starting to narrow and localize more into Alabama, that wide risk of supercells is becoming more localized. So I think the worst has kind of passed, but the more sustained, widespread risk is coming still. So I think that's one thing, personally. You know, I may not be as up to date on the models and stuff like that, but just by reading how the Storm Protection Center is wording their wording this, and just by looking at the overall radar map here, it looks like that the main supercell threat is starting to become rather localized to Alabama and moving into little parts of Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the largest part of the threat is set for after midnight ET. The low-level jet will maximize in accordance to most models between around 2 a.m. Central Time too.
So that'll be for the
Jesus.
QLCS.
Yeah, I'll be asleep by then. I'll be long asleep by then, but
Yeah. So that's 2
I
hours
might
from
pass
right
out.
now.
I don't know.
I'm making coffee.
somebody is asking me right now. I don't know why they're asking me, but they're asking if I think that he can be a storm chaser for your stream tomorrow, that he doesn't have to do it live. He just wants to get as much coverage to be helpful.
I mean, if he's gonna be there, yeah. If he's chasing the events though, he has to be chasing if he's going to be a chaser. You know
No
what I
dip,
mean?
Sherlock Holmes.
There's some people that say, "Oh, I'm chasing," but they just stay home.
Chasing on their radar application. Let's go.
And a reminder, guys, too, that today may be a high risk and that today may seem like the worst risk, and you guys might think it's all done and over with. But tomorrow there's a moderate risk. There is the same exact
not
risk
like-
for tornadoes.
no.
It's not like a major drop off. You still have a large risk for tornadoes even tomorrow, which is the reason why
In
we'll
fact,
be
it's
continuing to
larger
go
than
to
the risk we have today, I think.
Oh, it's comparable in amounts to size for the 15%, but still, regardless, this is an event that will continue into tomorrow morning, and that we'll continue to monitor as long as we can. So that's something to keep in mind with all that. Will there be another PDS tornado warning? There very well could be, especially since. Oh wait, what?
Especially since, oh wait, what?
Did you guys see that there is a they put a 45 sig for wind on day 2?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that until just now. That's crazy.
Warning's been allowed to expire,
They had a tornado warning?
or either that or it was canceled.
Most likely was canceled then if it was allowed to expire. Yeah, a weekend.
Yeah, it's canceled. It's canceled.
Yeah, we have it's 15 sig tor, 45 sig wind, 30 hail, not sig.
Yeah, no, if people are saying it busted because it didn't get near a radar or it didn't impact enough people, let's put it this way. Large, strong, violent tornadoes across the board is one thing. And that in itself covered a massive area. And most areas actually experienced tornadic conditions. So in my opinion, I think it was all right.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
I think it definitely.
I kind of was, by hearing a high risk, you expect something that would be higher than a moderate risk that was issued on April 12th of 2019. But at the same time, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
2020 did over-verify for a moderate, though.
Everyone knew it was a high risk, and they still didn't do it.
yeah, it
DMs.
could have.
Yeah, I saw. Just stop.
I was gonna say I'm glad that this didn't happen, but I truly expected our first tornado emergency of the year today.
It's not over yet, but it's looking like we'll get away with it this time.
Honestly,
yeah, that's.
Oh, you guys remember the beginning of the stream that we had this morning, and we said how this event and the Easter event last year was very different, but similar in the same way. And we mentioned as to how the energy is higher, but the wind shear is lower. And I think what contributed to the amount of lesser amount of tornadoes this year was the lack of wind shear compared to the Easter outbreak last year.
Yeah, the cells this time around didn't get the reason why we didn't see so many long track supercells today is because they didn't have an opportunity to get one because
rooted in the atmosphere, yeah.
But they didn't get rooted into that upper level wind profile.
And that's the thing too, is that that's with specific events comes with specific parameters comes specific events. So typically, if you have a less amount of shear but more amounts of cape or energy, you typically get your discrete supercells, but only a handful of them produce large, strong tornadoes. Whereas if you get a high shear, low energy event, you get weaker but a more widespread tornado event. So that's something to keep in mind there. And obviously, if parameters do increase, the conditions increase as well. So that's something to keep in mind. But in this case, that is exactly what has happened today, where larger, stronger tornadoes happened, but it was only localized into specific areas, mainly due to the fact that there was the higher cape, but not as strong wind shear compared to last year. So that's something to keep in mind with this event here today. Winchester, Virginia. I mean, they're in like a marginal risk or something like that. But hey, I live just in the north of Winchester. That's pretty bonkers, dude.
Nate, you should go chasing tomorrow.
No, I'm not going all the way down there.
It's all trees. Go chasing.
Not true, actually. The area in South Carolina and North Carolina is flat. Everything is flat. It's like farmland.
Actually?
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Where the New Brunswick tornado hit was completely flat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
I remember it hit trees, but
So
I mean, I have a friend in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it's kind of like trees there, but
Winchester, Virginia has a small chance for hail, by the way. Just small. Not that I want to create more chaos for our server here, but I kind of also want to create more chaos at the same time. Kind of want more people. So, if any of you are have Discord and you haven't joined the Discord server already, the link is heading in the chat. That way you guys can join our nice little Twist of Fate Discord server. We talk about weather in depth, or we just have fun, stuff like that, chill out. So if you want to do so, the link is going in the chat. Click that link, and yeah, feel free to join.
You'll soon figure out that there are plenty of servers around for you to go and check out and make your home in.
True. But
You don't have to feel obligated to stay in his server because he was your first.
Yeah.
Although he might
I'm
be
very
your main server.
probably very much so not your first, but at the same time, you know, you want to stick around. It'd be nice.
Torcon of 7 in Georgia tomorrow.
Oh, interesting.
Georgia? Excuse?
Torcon of 7 in Georgia tomorrow is what I'm hearing from another server.
That doesn't make sense.
Do you know if it's hitting the Florida Panhandle? So kind of. Let's go over to the Mobile, Alabama radar, and that this line of storms in itself is actually going to be hitting the Florida Panhandle, but it won't be as strong as the risk towards like central Alabama and stuff like that. So that is the good news, but otherwise, the general vicinity in your area is mainly going to be localized to gusty winds and large hail. There could be the threat for tornadoes, but it's relatively small.
I'm just worried that this might not be the most dynamic system of 2021.
I mean, it very
Jesus.
well could.
So
I mean,
early.
because it's only March. Like, it's only March. You have to think about. We have April, May, possibly June, and even further if that's the case into the secondary season in November, December later this year. Like good God.
Yeah, it could be
Like,
large
I
hail.
am
Bot
If we
says
have a
serial warning.
I bet you if we had a similar setup to this in April, this would have been a far worse event because instability would have been much higher overall.
You still need stronger wind shear. You can get as much instability as you want.
get-
If you're
you
going to
get
have wind
strong-
shear, something like this, it's not going to be as prevalent. It'll just be the same exact thing as today, except with stronger tornadoes.
but we usually
You just kind of
higher
contradicted yourself by saying except stronger tornadoes.
Well, but there's not going to be more. It's not going to be widespread. It'll be still the same impacted areas. That's
Yeah,
the
and
thing.
granted speaking, most of the tornadoes that touched down today were actually like significant. So,
Yeah.
except for that one rope.
That's really it. But that's, if you have higher wind shear, that's when you can get a more widespread risk. That's the reason why QLCSs produce like many
Actually, yeah.
widespread, quick spin up rotations. It's because of that high wind shear, the high contrast, I should say, pushing on through in those specific areas. S. White Jones with the $5 super chat says, as long as the world forsake the maker, Christ will reject his naysayers. Yep, this is true. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Actually, I think our
That's
prayer,
one of the most creative messages I think I've heard.
About?
I think our prayer prior to the stream actually helped out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, still there was the strong tornadoes, but it kind of, when we saw the 45% risk or whatever, and we said a prayer, I think it helped. I think the Lord, we did the Lord's work. The Lord did His work. So, could have been a whole lot worse, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Hitting South Carolina, thoughts tomorrow morning into the tomorrow afternoon and evening hours. Yep, depending upon where you live in South Carolina. Live in central Mississippi. The bullseye of this storm went over us, and it wasn't bad. Lasted a couple hours. It's a fast-moving storm. Oh yeah, that's the type of storm that we kind of. That's the kind of storms that we could expect today. How they move pretty fast, up to 50 miles per hour in some spots. So that's how strong the wind shear is in some of these areas. And it's really just pushing them across this general vicinity.
See, these types of Dixie Alley supercells are storms that we despise, but also are excited for at the same time. Like, because, they spin up really fast, and like on the meteorological side, it's really cool to study these things. But at the same time, they're extremely difficult to chase for the professionals, and they move very, very fast, so people have less time to prepare for them.
I'm sorry.
But at the same token,
I said I'm sorry. Apparently, Reed is could possibly be chasing again.
yeah.
Hello? Psychopath. What do you mean?
I'm trying to figure this out if this is true.
Yes, he's live. Actually, I'm lying. No, he's not.
Chase mode active for the entire night. Yeah, no, he is. He just uploaded 2 minutes ago. On Twitter.
Oh.
What? On Twitter? Okay.
Yeah, on
Oh,
Twitter.
okay.
Yeah, this man is going. S. White Jones, my goodness. $50 super chat. Holy crap. Wow. See Christ while he may be found. Thanks you guys for all that you do. Yep. I'm
Thank
religious.
you.
Some of you may not be religious, but if you are religious, he will find a way. Just trust in the Lord. He has a plan. Same with God.
I mean, storm chasing highlight reel from the live update from Selma. Events
My
chase mode
goodness.
active for the. This man is crazy. Live update from Selma, Alabama. Nocturnal tornado threat continuing across central and southern Alabama, eventually spreading into Georgia. Chase mode. This man is a psychopath. Good Lord.
He's ready to go. He's ready to chase these
He had
dark
to
nocturnal
stop.
storms.
He had to stop to get food, and now this man is just going full sending it for.
You probably
overnight.
dominated that sandwich. I had to imagine.
Georgia getting severe
Dear
weather.
God.
Most likely overnight tonight into tomorrow. So I would fully anticipate possibly some sort of severe thunderstorm characteristics within your general vicinity, and I would really just monitor this as best as you can.
Can we get context? to these, please?
What question?
Context, please. No, severe weather chat. Have a ton of damage pictures. I just don't know where they are. I'm asking for context.
Yeah. Justin
Ton of damage
Davis,
pictures, though.
$2 super chat. Think SPC will bump tomorrow to high risk? Personally, no. I think it'll stay moderate. If it goes
Yes.
high risk, I will eat my foot. But otherwise, that's no way in God's green earth that it goes high. I was actually surprised they went 45% today. I thought they were
I
going to
think
keep
we
it 30.
all were.
So
I think we all damn near shit ourselves. Oh, demonetized. Sorry, my bad.
thanks.
I think we all pooped our. I didn't mean.
Thanks.
That's tough.
Leave a like for the curse
Yo,
word.
Matt, watch your fucking profanities.
That's
You watch your
God,
profanity.
Stop.
I didn't say it, Nathan. I said nothing.
Y'all need
High
to
risk has been
chill.
extended eastward. Supposedly.
sorry, what?
NWS Birmingham just tweeted out. Actually, I'm lying. That was never mind. I'm lying. Sorry. Ignore that. Why did I just get this? What
Why
is
you
Twitter
always
doing?
lying?
Bro. What is Twitter doing? Why did? Oh my god. I'm sad. I'm upset. Twitter literally just sent me that notification.
Jeez.
Strong tornado near Stewart, Alabama, earlier around 2:50. Jesus.
S. White Jones with another super chat, a $10 super chat. Jeez, my goodness, thank you.
Stop donating money to his Ravens tickets.
I don't pay for Ravens tickets. My father does. Go away.
Must be nice.
The Rangers didn't score double-digit goals. Dang it.
Yeah,
He only won 9-0.
Not religious, just a child of the Most High. That's understandable. Have a nice day. But thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, these storms are really...
Running down the hallway, doodly-doo. Going through the door, doodly-doo. There is literally nothing going on right now.
That's the good news.
So apparently they're
Yeah.
expecting this QLCS to break up into discrete supercells.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I gotta see the
You heard
models. I gotta see the models. I'm sorry. Stop the cap. Stop the cap!
No. Yeah, they're expected to break up again and go discrete.
Stop the
From
cap!
I wish I was capping, friend.
Bro, this is tomorrow.
I'm talking about overnight into tonight.
Tonight and tomorrow they're kind of supposed to break up.
Yo, this is gonna be a long stream, chat. Not gonna lie.
Even if we have a break for now, now we can take the time to relax a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I actually kind of want to go downstairs and make myself some coffee. I'm not gonna lie.
I would. Now's the time to do it. I would.
If you guys are new to the stream and you do want to support the channel, please be sure to leave a like. It'll help us out with YouTube's algorithm so we can get this live stream onto more people's recommended feeds. That's basically a good way of spreading the word so that people will be able to know if these storms are coming towards them. As well as sharing this with friends and family on social media and stuff like that. Subscribing if you're new and turning on notifications. Me personally, I upload videos every single morning updating everyone, whether it's tropical weather, whether it's severe weather, winter, whatever. So if you want to be up to date with those videos, as well as see severe weather live streams just like the one you have seen today, please subscribe, turn on notifications and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to you all. Thanks to you all. We may or may not have helped save lives today.
Yeah, this is true.
But
Just sharing it with people, or even just telling people on social media. You didn't even have to share the stream. If you told people about tornado warnings heading into their areas, someone could be scrolling on Twitter and they could find this recommended feed of you sending out something on Twitter saying there's a tornado warning for this specific area, and it could have given them enough time to do some research or even a little bit and see that there actually was, and for them to get into their safe space. So
real quick, following counties have been cleared from the tornado watch in Alabama: Fayette, Greene, Lamar, Marengo, Marion, Pickens, and Sumter are removed. Your threat for severe weather is over. You're done. Fayette, Greene, Lamar, Marengo, Marion, Pickens, Sumter. You're done for the night. Go to sleep. You're done.
So Autauga, Bibb, Blount, Calhoun, Chambers, Cherokee, Chilton, Clay, Cleburne, Coosa, Dallas, Elmore, Etowah, Hale, Jefferson, Lee, Lowndes, Macon, Montgomery, Perry, Randolph, Shelby,
Lowndes.
St. Clair, Talladega, Tallapoosa, Tuscaloosa, Walker, and Winston are still involved. That is until 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So you got another like 6 freaking hours on it.
Mm-hmm.
D with the $5 super chat says, thank you for the coverage. Stay safe. God bless you. Yep, God bless you too, and stay safe as well.
Yes.
No matter where you are, whether you're in this risk or you're outside this risk, stay safe whatever you do. Yeah, I was about to say something else,
Who
but
is
then I realized
calling
I didn't
me?
need to. So, yeah, the good news right now is that the QLCS is now a bit more linear. It's a bit more of a gusty wind threat, but then later on tonight after the midnight hours, that's when you can potentially see your tornadic events.
Why is there
increase
someone
again.
calling me from Mississippi? What?
No clue. But
See, Roy Stiebel was predicting this exactly, pretty much like a traveling high-risk event. Where the risk basically moves along with the system in the cold front.
oh, so the violent tornado parameter actually is pretty low around the QLCS at the moment. The highest right now is actually just to the north of Pensacola. So that's kind of interesting. And there's also 2,000 joules per kilogram CAPE over there. So the CAPE is diminishing in most of the areas near places like Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. So your threat might not actually be as localized to central Alabama as people thought. So that is really something to keep in mind as this continues to move on through. Yeah, hold up. Let me take a look at see if there's a strong capping inversion. There is a little bit of a capping inversion to the eastern parts of Alabama, but central to southern parts of Alabama heading into the Panhandle, there isn't really a lot of capping inversion. So there should be still an instance where they could produce some thunderstorms in and around those vicinities. Yep, this is still something that we're going to continue to want to monitor as this heads off to the north and east. 100% a system that we should watch.
Sweet home Mississippi.
No, stop it. Get some help.
Holy cow. Look at this. I'm going to tweet this video that Reed Timmer took earlier. That's absolutely wow. This is quite literally ground scraping, and it's not even the tornado. It's the whole freaking supercell.
Good Lord. This
Let
is
me show
just.
Oh my, Nate.
Oh
Yeesh.
my.
DMs.
I'm going to put it in the severe weather chat. It's nuts.
Seems legit.
Watch this video.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah, I
wow.
saw that. I saw that one.
It's quite, the entire supercell is literally
This
scraping.
damage. Good
Another
Lord,
flood
damage.
warning.
That's crazy. All right, so real quickly, chat.
Matt,
I
send me
want to
a
go
picture.
over the timings of this event as we get as we move further into the evening here.
It's not even there. The house
Break.
is gone.
Go ahead.
There's a supercell near Clanton.
What? Where is
Oh,
Clanton?
I see it.
Oh,
Clanton.
yeah.
It's the same place.
I I
Yeah,
see
over
it.
and over.
Rotation
over.
just developed within the last couple frames.
this thing is linear as all get out, but at the same time, you know, you could see something develop. Could potentially see something develop later. Anyways, let's get back into what we were supposed to talk about, which is timings. And this with this event, it's more or less starting to become a gusty wind threat overnight. You could potentially see the threat for tornadoes exist after midnight, but still something to keep in mind that you have the threat for tornadoes that still would exist moving on through. So uh, we can take a look and see that the line is starting to move across into the Alabama vicinities. It's starting to move over the Biloxi areas. It's already past New Orleans,
Yeah.
so that is the good news. But as it continues to move on through, this is midnight Central Daylight Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Thunderstorms already start to move into Georgia. They also already start to move across central parts of Alabama, the squall line. So that's when
Hey, Nate.
thunderstorms will really start to push on through. Give me a second, Steven, and I'll allow you to speak. Just give me like 2 seconds. And then
Oh,
the
no,
lines.
my bad.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Thunderstorms will continue to move into the early morning hours at around 8 o'clock in Atlanta. And then we'll continue to move on through, and that's when the tornado risk can begin to amplify again as it heads towards the coast, where the broken line QLCS with a couple of supercells move on through into the late afternoon and evening hours, and by the overnight hours, that's when your threat should move offshore. Go ahead, Steven.
If I may ask, is Birmingham's radar not working for you either?
No, Steven, you may not ask that.
Oh,
It's still
I'm sorry.
working on my
So
screen.
risk for
No, it's working for me too. Yeah.
maybe
risk
it's just my
for
radar.
strong tornadoes continues due to strengthening low-level jet over Alabama.
What is that website called? It's called Pivotal Weather. It's a free model website that everyone can use. So if you want to use that to be able to look at models for the future, I'd recommend using Pivotal Weather. There's also other places, but that one I like the most. It's just based off of preference. Let's see. Is that a new mesoscale discussion that just got issued? Yes, sir, it is for Watch 37.
What is it saying?
It says severe wind gusts and perhaps a tornado will remain possible with storms moving across northeast Alabama. So, they're actually hinting that it's more or less a gusty wind threat now than a tornado threat, which is the good news here.
Well, maybe Bray was right then. Sorry, Bray. I don't know if you're in here, but yeah, sorry, Bray. What was I gonna say? Nate, if you have time, go check severe weather chat. Look at the video that Caden sent. The tweet from himself. The video by Alabama Aerial. Yeah, just go look at the
Oh,
damage. 'Cause,
wow.
Matt's
Ooh.
here. Yeah. Yeah, just watch that video real quick. That's heartbreaking to watch.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, that's just that's heartbreaking to watch.
That's some strong damage right there.
Yeah,
that's. Oof.
that house is gone. Towards the end, like 23 seconds, that house is gone. It's not there anymore.
That is
Holy.
wow. Here I'll show the chat the footage here.
Yeah, that's
Skybama, this is your footage right here.
yeah. Credit out to them. That's heartbreaking to watch. Today could have
Gone far worse.
Today
Yeah,
could
it
have been far worse.
100%.
It could have
I
been
think-
far worse, but not to undermine not to undermine what's happened. It was a bad day today. It really was. But all I'm saying is that the parameters we had in effect today were favorable for
Far worse, yeah.
supportive for like significantly worse, like far worse. So it's a good thing.
Basically, most of what held back today was overcrowding of the warm sector when storms started to fire, because there was the cap was not strong enough, and our shear was not strong enough to support long track, violent tornadoes. It was mostly quick, very short-lived, very strong tornadoes.
Yeah.
Luckily, most of them happened over rural areas. I'm willing to guarantee at least one or two of these would have been strong enough to create some violent damage had they had really hit anything.
Mm-hmm.
We got very, very, very lucky today.
Yeah, no, this is definitely something that could have been a lot worse. I will say this much. I was not joking when I say I was pretty surprised about the 45%. Probably would have been a little excessive, mainly because the wedge tornadoes kind of happened on a wider scale. What didn't actually happen all exactly within the 45% risk per se, but still.
I would say they pretty much all happened in the 45 sig, actually.
What do you mean? There was the Wayne's whatever tornado that was in the 30.
Yeah, the Waynesburg or Waynesburg at Waynesboro.
All three of those are below the 45.
Yeah, way below the 45. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it kind of happened on a larger scale, if you know what I mean.
I'm curious to see what Storm Track is talking about.
So there's only one severe thunderstorm warning, which is the good news. There isn't really a whole lot happening right now. I may be actually able to go to sleep tonight. I'm not gonna lie. If this continues to be like this, I might be able to actually sleep through tonight. Although
James Dan took a screenshot of his notifications. I think it was on Twitter. 1,880.
I saw that. So yeah, I think our prayer before the stream actually may have helped. Not, trying to say that this event just busted because it busted, even though it didn't really bust per se. It's just, maybe prayers do work.
Good God, Spam has 2,000 notifications on Twitter. Jesus.
That's crazy. Guys, we're 6 subscribers away from 3,700. Can we get up to that high? As if we haven't already had like around 1,000 subscribers come in already.
Today alone, yeah.
Could we get to that level?
Yeah, I feel like what Jessica said. I agree with what Jessica said. Today did underperform. Today had the parameters to do really, 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 really bad things. And luckily, today could have been a really serious outbreak. For those of you who don't know, the Easter Sunday outbreak last year on April 12th it produced over, I think it was
130 some tornadoes.
130 some odd tornadoes. Today we've only seen roughly 25.
25
if that
reports,
puts things,
I should say.
20, yeah, something along those lines. I don't know exactly how many will be confirmed, but today's parameters were even higher than Easter's. We had a high risk. Easter's was a moderate. We had a 45% chance for significant tornadoes today. Easter, I think, was 15.
Yep.
15. Sig, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Or maybe just 15. I don't remember if it was 15 sig, but the parameters in terms of tornadic potential today were in place for a substantial, significant tornado outbreak, and it could have been much worse. I'm not trying to undermine what happened. If anybody here is watching and was impacted, my prayers, my thoughts are with you. I'm not trying to say by any means that nothing happened, but
I did notice today that the warm front was not moving as far north as it was anticipated.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But I'm just saying, like today could have been extremely bad.
That warm
Luckily, it
front
was not.
that warm front stopped literally just north of Birmingham when it should have been up near the Tennessee border.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Tennessee. Don't have to spam it in chat.
Oh yeah, there's nothing in Tennessee. But yeah, that warm front should have been up there, which would have let the warm sector even that more open, which means more space for less overcrowding. But at the same time, because there wasn't that strong of a cap, the overcrowding would have been there anyways. If the cap were just a tad bit stronger, it would have held on a little bit better. We would have had less crapvection, more discrete supercells, and a higher chance for those supercells to get rooted into what the atmosphere had.
Let's see. Anonymous Burgess with the $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I really do appreciate it. And to all the people who have liked the video, subscribed, shared, turned on notifications, stuff like that. Geez, we actually did get over 3,700. You guys are crazy. I just wanted to let you all know, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. So we will continue to inform you all to the best of our capabilities and continue to be able to diagnose what all will be happening with future severe weather events. So thank you all for all the support, and we really do appreciate it.
Thread is still not over, of course. The thread is still not over.
Oh, of course, but you know, it's still.
Yeah.
No, why would you?
Morgan, what did you just comment? Is Morgan even here? No, he's not. He left somewhere.
The hell? Heck?
He seems legit.
+1. Where in the world did Morgan go?
I have no clue. Oh well. It is what it is.
Most of us are probably not going to sleep tonight. We're probably going to be up tracking all night. Especially if things do escalate like they're supposed to a little bit after midnight.
Do I not have Twitter anymore? No, I still have Twitter. It's at N8_Snyder SNYDER. Now, there's no guarantee that I will check up on your private message that you send me right now. I'll probably check on it after the stream. But, yeah, still something that I kind of want to monitor. There was a tornado report in Missouri.
Yeah.
I knew there was a tornado warning, but there was.
Yeah, we had a
Wow.
tornado in Missouri.
There was 2 reports of a tornado. Sheesh. That's pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. The event seems to be kind of winding down just a little bit. I will admit that. But it doesn't seem to be as strong.
Bob was talking about the last supercell that was going through Selma. Had a bounded weak echo region on it for a while, but the updraft got up into the inflow and it's basically killed the supercell. and he was like, had that not happened, that would have probably dropped the you know the storm, the tornado that everyone talks about and names the event after.
Yeah.
Like we still haven't had that one storm.
That was mainly because there hasn't been anything near a radar.
That's true.
Now,
But like
Chasers will
you
most
could have
likely
had,
talk about the cell near, um, what's his face? Can't remember what it's called.
Near just south of Birmingham.
No, they're probably gonna talk about Waynesboro.
Tuscaloosa.
Waynesboro.
Mm.
They're gonna talk about those set of storms heading towards Sealis. Yeah, probably Sealis actually is the one that they're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that one is, I think, that because it was in a radar hole, but that might have been the
But
storm.
we could still see the correlation coefficient. We could still see the intense velocities even that high up in the sky. So that's still pretty interesting. How bad will Georgia be? They want to know. First off, thank you for the $2 super chat, Clarky's weather and stuff. I really do appreciate it. Georgia, it'll start to get into your areas later on tonight. So past the midnight hours, that's when it will kind of push on into your general vicinity. And for those who asked how strong the event will be for you all tonight, the significant tornado parameter isn't all too high, so it'll be more or less a gusty wind threat, but you could still see the chance for tornadoes in and around your areas. So something to keep in mind.
Here's something that was true. Had today been more supportive of long track producers rather than cyclic supercells,
Cyclic, yeah.
yeah, cyclic supercells, Birmingham and Tuscaloosa will probably be wiped off the map right now.
Yeah, they probably would have sustained major damage in both of
Because
those,
they got
in
hit
both
about
cities.
They had about 4 or 5 different supercells that dropped massive tornadoes out in the middle of nowhere that dissipated and then cycled and then produced, then cycled. But had we gotten them rooted into the atmosphere, today would have been a very, very, very dangerous day for those major cities.
Is there gonna be a tornado in Nashville? Most likely not. So something to keep in mind with all of that. That the event is a bit more localized to the south. If you don't have a safe spot, don't have anything ready, I suggest radio, blankets, pillows, helmets, water, snacks, candles, extra batteries, lighter, flashlight, and a chargeable power thing. This is true. Honestly, those things are quite plausible into what you could get, what you could need if you're stuck in any sort of situation.
More counties were just cleared from the tornado watch. Real quick, Hale, Tuscaloosa, Walker, and Winston are cleared from the tornado watch. Your severe weather threat is over. Go to sleep.
Yep, you're in the clear here. That is the good news.
What is this? What is this southeast of the BMX radar? It looks like crap convection, but like it also looks somewhat. I don't know. It looks like one or two of those things could spin up something at any point in time.
So someone asked for Mooresville, North Carolina. I saw that in the chat. There's a bunch of things that are moving on through, but I saw someone wanted to know what's going to happen in Mooresville, North Carolina. So if you live around those general vicinities, you guys could get some gusty winds, maybe even the chance for tornadoes. Not as high of a risk, though, in my honest opinion. Into the noon, maybe afternoon hours. But then once this passes through at about 4 o'clock, that's when your risk is pretty much over. So that is the good news for anyone over there.
We got some kinks in the line forming.
Same thing with Blue Ridge Mountains. Once they pass at around 3 or 4 o'clock, you guys are pretty much done and over with. It'll be gusty winds in your general vicinity. You're in New Orleans. They got bad, but it moved through really fast. Yep, these thunderstorms are moving extremely fast. A lot of gusty winds with the storm. So something to keep in mind with all that. Yeah, guys,
Yeah,
there's
this truck is
632 people
flying.
watching, and there's like 200 and some people in chat. That's no offense if I don't read your chat. It's just going by super fast to the point where I can't get everyone. You know, there's only so much I can do. Emerald Isle, North Carolina. So Emerald Isle is a bit more obviously to the coast. So that's one thing. The risk will be most likely a bit more later on in the day. But the thing about that is that you guys have the chance for supercells that potentially impact you all into the morning and afternoon hours before you actually get your line of supercells that'll push on or a line of storms, maybe even supercells that officially push on through. And by the overnight hours, the risk will be past you. So around 9 or even 10 o'clock, that's when it will move off into the coast. That is a good news. Blue Warhead, thank you for the $1 super chat. And Brent Rohr, I believe that's how I am pronouncing that. I believe that's how it's pronounced, I should say. You're in Hoover, Alabama. What should you be looking at? Okay, so let me real quickly take a look at where this is located. Hoover, Alabama is just south of Birmingham. So you guys are actually getting some pretty gusty winds at the moment impacting your area, or at least it should be impacting your area relatively soon. And yeah, you have some rain moving through your general vicinity. It won't be actually too strong gusty winds, I will say that much.
Oh God!
But it's still some rain showers that'll be passing on through, and then once this line officially moves on through, then you guys will be out of the risk. So I'd give it about, I'd say 30 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes until this line officially moves on, and then you guys will be in the clear from this event. You might see some scattered showers, but it's not really going to be all too crazy. I already talked about Georgia, so we don't need to do that. I'm talking about specific areas. I'm talking about specific areas now. Raleigh, North Carolina. So Raleigh, North Carolina, is kind of like in the same situation as Charlotte, except it's a bit further inland. I will say that much, or not inland, towards the coast than from Charlotte. So that is one thing, but it's kind of in the same situation to where the line of storms may not pass through into your general vicinity until around 2 to 3 o'clock. You might even see some scattered storms prior to that, and actually I would actually bet that there very well could be some scattered storms that could move on through your general vicinity. So your threat will most likely end at around most likely 8 o'clock in the evening, maybe even prior to that. So it'll be more or less a gusty wind threat with a chance for tornadoes as well. Let's see. Yeah, I talked about Charlotte, North Carolina already. Yeah, Mississippi's in the clear. Someone talked about Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach actually has the chance for some scattered storms as well, but not as high as North Carolina. But you could still see that squall line that'll push on through, most likely at around the 4 to 5 o'clock hours. That'll be the discrete supercells along the line of the supercell, push on through into the East Coast, and push out of your area by nightfall. So that is the good news if you live over there. And that's the same thing with Charleston as well. It'll approach your area at about 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock. I'll say 2 o'clock because these cells could be moving a lot quicker. Excuse me. So it'll be moving off into your general vicinity at around that time and pass you all by nightfall, most likely at 7 or 8 o'clock. Most likely.
Special Marine warning.
Let's see. Norfolk, Virginia. Someone's asked me about that, and we shall talk about that as well. So Norfolk, you can see that you have actually scattered storms that can impact your general vicinity towards the noon to afternoon hours as well. You can see these thunderstorms start to pop up, and then there's more thunderstorms that pop up further on later into the afternoon. And then you could also see some more chance for some scattered showers move on through into Friday morning as well. And there actually could be a little bit of snow that could be in the forecast for the Mid-Atlantic. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That we could have a little bit of surprise in the DC metro area. A little bit of flurries. Huntsville. A lot of people are talking about Huntsville now in regards to a forecast. So let's see what exactly we can expect over there. So right now there's a bunch of scattered storms. The line isn't exactly over into your general vicinity yet. It's a bit lagging behind. So the thunderstorms will be passing on through. The line of storms will officially pass on through at around, well, there's still some extra thunderstorms that are forming. They'll continue to form, keep going, and they'll be passing through your areas finally at around the 5 o'clock hour, 5 o'clock in the morning hour. So early morning hours, very early morning hours. That's when the threat for Huntsville will officially be gone, and Georgia will finally be in the crosshairs. So stuff like Alabama, they can expect stuff at around 7 or 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, depending upon if this thing is moving relatively slow. So that's something to keep in mind with all of that. Florida Panhandle. I'm seeing a couple people say the Florida Panhandle. So whether it's Panama City Beach, Tallahassee, Pensacola, all within the Panhandle here. So real quickly, you can start to expect to see stuff in Pensacola at around 3 o'clock in the morning. They'll push on through all the way over into the Mexico City beach areas at around 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Then moving into the Tallahassee vicinity at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, before they will continue to move on through into the north central parts of Florida and all the way into Jacksonville by the overnight hours. So, or actually the late afternoon into evening hours, I should say. So, yeah, right around 4 o'clock for Jacksonville, give or take, is when you guys can actually see some stuff in and around those areas. Mainly gusty winds, possibly for tornadoes as well. Not really too large hail risk, but still a hail risk nevertheless. Is the worst over yet? When it comes to the strength of the storms, yes, it is well over. It was over basically when we had our last tornado warning. But you know, if we're gonna talk about the widespread risk for tornadoes, that is still yet to come. That's a bit more later on this evening if the low-level jet intensifies, and if it doesn't, then your tornado risk is kind of depleted until tomorrow's event. So that'll be nice. So is Georgia in the clear? No, Georgia is not in the clear. Georgia is actually still in the crosshairs. You can still see some rain showers push on through at around midnight tonight. So that's when thunderstorms will start to push into your general vicinity. Thunderstorms will really start to spread across your area, and it'll be heading into the central parts of Georgia at around, say, at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So really the event for Georgia will start to kick off from midnight tonight all the way until the afternoon hours of tomorrow. So that is something to keep in mind if you live over in Georgia. Let's see. Trying to see very quickly.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna
This
go ahead
line
and sign off for the
this
night. I
line
gotta
is
get to
moving a
bed.
lot faster than expected. What's up?
I was just saying I'm gonna get to bed. I gotta be up for work in the morning, so I'm gonna go ahead. It seems like the event's dying out.
Yep.
That tornado was large. Jesus Christ, the one that Span just tweeted. Oh, good God. That was a huge tornado. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off though. Seems like the event's dwindling down anyways. So I guess I'll be back in the morning. We'll talk.
That is a large tornado. Oh my God, that was in Chilton
County. I think that was the Clanton wedge. Or yeah, I think that was the Clanton wedge.
Hold up. Gotta try and find it. Choctaw, Harry, Chilton.
Chilton is
that
down
was
there
the
by
Clanton. That was the Clanton wedge. When was that?
That was earlier today. I mean, they had multiple rounds, so I don't. It was
Oh, that was like
just
the one near Cooper.
yeah.
Yeah. That was the Cooper tornado earlier on. That was pretty large. That was the long-lived cell as well.
Mhm.
So,
That's a large tornado. Wow,
yeah.
that thing is massive.
Someone is saying Gadsden. Oof. Let me take a look at that real quickly. Uh,
That's Gadsden. That's like northeast Alabama. I think they're I think they're still in the
There's
risk
some
for
yeah, they're
embedded. It
sure.
looks
still
like
in
there
the
might be
risk.
some embedded
Yeah, there's
supercells
Gadsden.
down here near New Orleans. And then
Hell yeah.
Gadsden isn't
finally you get
exactly
to
out of
use
the
the
risk, so you guys need to continue to monitor that.
need to
Yeah.
follow. There's some kinks in this line, that's for sure.
Anyways,
Next to Selma.
those of you, still in the risk area, just kind of pay attention tonight. Um, if anybody in the server is in the risk for tomorrow, my thoughts are with you. Be safe. You know, pay attention to your warnings and whatnot. As for the event tonight, keep these people in your thoughts because they suffered. They went through a rough one tonight. So say a prayer for them if you're religious. If not, just keep them in your thoughts. These people suffered a rough night for sure, to say the least. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Take care, and we'll
Yep.
talk tomorrow.
Yep. See you, Matt.
All right.
Calera. So someone asked about Calera, Alabama. You guys are being impacted by scattered storms, but you're about to be impacted by this line of thunderstorms that'll be producing a lot of gusty winds. So that is something to keep in mind as that continues to move off to the north and east. So you really need to watch this as this continues to move on through. Um,
Where's Morgan? We need to get him in here.
I don't know where he is. He might be going to sleep. We might actually close the stream relatively soon as well. Yeah, because we'll be streaming the event tomorrow as that continues to move on through. So we might actually want to get some good rest. How's Prattville, Alabama tonight? Yeah, so let me quickly take a look and figure out where that is because my
Um,
what?
there's this brand new supercell that literally just make that two. No, just one that literally just developed south of Pike Road, southeast of Montgomery. Look at this thing.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take a look at that in a second. Prattville, you guys are about to be impacted by these gusty winds relatively soon, so you're not completely out of the risk. I would say, in my opinion, you guys could very easily see these gusty winds within the next 15 to 20, maybe even 25 minutes, and then that could last for quite some time. So I would say give it an hour or two before the event is actually over for you all.
Yeah, south of Pike Road, southeast of Montgomery, specifically.
I'm moving the Jackson radar all the way over to Maxwell Air Force Base. IGP Tools and Ceramics, thanks for coming out to the stream today. Let's take a look at these supercells real quickly. I actually am really curious about this.
It's a tiny. Oh, yeah, it's growing in size too. Pine Level.
What about
Alabama.
Columbia, South Carolina? Columbia, South Carolina could get impacted, but it'd be more or less towards the noon to the afternoon hours. It won't be the tomorrow morning. It'll be a lot later on in the evening. So that's something to keep in mind with all of that. All right, I'm gonna start closing off specific areas on IEM bot. That way we don't hear stuff from there. Buggy94, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Anything in Independence, Kentucky tomorrow? Hold up, let's take a look real quickly. How is Mississippi, folks? Mississippi is in the clear, for the most part, I should say. Rockford cell
Yeah,
going
far
nuts.
southeast.
Yeah, I kind of
Far
saw
south.
that too. That these cells are really kind of just popping up and expanding rapidly. So,
Yeah, out ahead of the front.
oh yeah. So Independence, Kentucky. You're
Airport
near
just popped up.
Cincinnati. You guys could see some severe weather later on tomorrow. It would be more towards tomorrow afternoon, though. Maybe around noon, actually, I should say. So, something to keep in mind with all of that.
LCL heights or show a little spot too right
I
there.
had some.
Or not LCL, but spectrum width. I can't think straight today at all.
Someone says there's a tornado warning. I say nay, nay. Check your facts.
No.
What are we
tornado
thinking
warning.
about Metro Atlanta tonight? So Atlanta could actually start to see the risk towards the early morning hours. I'd say around maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, maybe even into 8 o'clock is when Metro Alabama, not Alabama, Atlanta could actually start to see some of these thunderstorms kind of pop off. So I would try to continue to monitor that as that moves into tomorrow morning, especially if you have to wake up early to go to work and you work at the metropolitan areas. So you really need to monitor that as that continues to move on through. Yeah, Andrew's weather prediction sighting. I know, right?
Wait, he's here?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
He's not in the Discord server.
I was like, he came back early for this, huh?
He was over, I think, in Ryan Hall, y'all's thingamabobber or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And it's massive severe warning just went out.
Oh yeah,
severe.
massive severe thunderstorm warning here.
This and the QLCS is outrunning the little cell that's west of Deatsville right now. It's gonna swallow that thing sooner or
Oh
later.
yeah, no, these cells are not gonna have any chance to be able to sustain.
Except for that one that is by Pine Level, because it's way out ahead, and it's literally there's nothing around it. So
A lot of people are saying that Pine, Alabama is a thing, but I can't seem to can't say that there is anything around there officially. Hold up.
what is someone saying it's not real?
Someone's saying Pine, Alabama, but I don't exactly know
Level.
where Pine. You mean pineapple?
Pine Level.
Pine level? What?
Yeah, 2 words. PINE space LEVEL.
Where is that at?
Southeast of Montgomery, the cell that I've been tracking.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, but I don't see anything too intense. I'll say that
We got
much.
a baby soup. We got a baby soup again.
Baby cell. They're trying again. True facts. Okay, Ryan Hall, y'all, has stopped streaming. So, we are continuing to go strong. It's just me and this other dude. Although we've outstreamed him for like quite some time. We've outstreamed everyone, actually. It's a bit of a competition, chat. Who can stream the longest? Who covers as much as possible? Find out more live. Oh boy. If you guys are new to the stream and you do like the content that we are providing, even though there isn't really a whole lot happening right now, please be sure to like the video. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on notifications because we do upload a video every single morning updating people on potential threats for whether it's severe weather, tropical weather, winter weather, stuff like that. So if you do want to support us, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah. That would be amazing. So subscribe, turn on notifications, share this with friends and family and stuff like that. This is the part 2 live stream. We're probably going to have part 3 up tomorrow whenever the event actually starts. So that'll be the new event. New severe thunderstorm warning. Hold up. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning in Mississippi. This is for Attauga, Chilton, Coosa, Elmore, Loudoun, and Montgomery County. Actually, no, that's Alabama. So it's Harrison and Jackson County in Mississippi. This contains Gulfport and Biloxi, so that is something to keep in mind too. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is the only thing. I will say that much.
Little miniature supercell. Really trying to get its act together.
Yeah, we will 100% live stream tomorrow's event. If you guys don't already know, tomorrow is a moderate risk for severe weather, which does include a 15% chance of tornadoes within a 25-mile radius, as well as a 10% chance or greater probability of you seeing strong tornadoes. So that is something to keep in mind with all of that, that the risk for tornadoes still exists even into tomorrow. So that's exactly what we are most likely going to cover. The threat for tornadoes tomorrow as well, which will start sometime in the morning and head into the afternoon hours. So make sure you turn on notifications if you're already subscribed so that you can stay up to date, especially if you live in places like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, and maybe even a little bits of Florida as well. So something to keep in mind with that.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at something.
Oh, that's understandable.
I said to Bob, we have a baby, adorable little one. Then, of course, Cassie comes out and says, congrats.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the baby supercell.
Seems legit. Seems legit. Honestly, the supercells that are forming out in front of the line are kind of just getting swallowed whole. They can't really like develop at all. So there isn't really any opportunity for there to be a tornado risk out in front of the line. But most of this, with this line of storms, will create some gusty winds, maybe even some quick spin-ups in and along the line. So that is something to keep in mind with all this, that as this continues to move off to the north and east, especially heading over into the eastern parts of Alabama to the western parts of Georgia, actually just much of Georgia, people need to continue to monitor that as this heads into that general vicinity. All right, final notes of the stream here. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued.
What is this one?
That will be for Butler and Crenshaw counties, and that'll be in effect until I believe this is 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So if you live in those general vicinities, you guys can expect some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and very much so could be one of those things to where you do not want to be outdoors, even though it is kind of 10 o'clock in the evening. Why are you outdoors to begin with, you donut? So
We got a tail end Charlie here.
yeah. So it's something to keep in mind with all of that. Yeah, I don't think this event is completely over either. It very well could continue into later on this evening, especially past midnight where the low-level jet intensifies further. But at the same time, there is barely any energy out there. It's mainly just running off of a QLCS, and the QLCS over time will begin to wither away, and it won't really be able to take up any of that inflow and or energy out in front of it. So that is something to keep in mind. For sure, for sure.
Alrighty. I'm going to log off of the stream with you for now and go over to Storm Track and hang out.
Yep. You can go have fun.
Alrighty.
Appreciate coming out today. Really do. Needed
problem.
all the help that I can get my hands on, and luckily I found some.
Yeah, and also luckily it wasn't as bad as it could have been too.
Oh yeah, I agree. That is the good news here. So,
Alrighty, have a good night.
Yep, you too.
All right, bye.
So, when are you gonna be live tomorrow? Here's the thing. I don't exactly know. That's the reason why I'm saying turn on notifications. That's the reason why I didn't give a time today. I didn't know when I was going to live stream. It could have been like tomorrow morning, early this morning. It could have been late, early in the afternoon today. I didn't know when I was going to live stream. So, what the heck? What the heck? Stop! Stop! Go away! No one likes you. Jeez. What's my Twitter? Good question. My Twitter, if I can actually find the link real quickly, is right here. So here's the link to my Twitter if you want to follow. That would be nice as well. And we also have a Discord server. So if you have Discord and you want to talk about weather and stuff like that, we have our own Discord server to where you guys may be able to communicate with other people who may be from the stream or know about weather. And so that will be in the chat as well. It's called Twist of Fate. So if you want to join Twist of Fate, link will be there. We have a bunch of people. So many people have joined today. We have like over 200 people now. And that's pretty insane, to be completely honest with you. So if you want to join up with some multiple other people, talk about weather and stuff like that, feel free to do so. It is really active. I would say it's pretty active for it being a day like today. So I'm anticipating something to be pretty active later on in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna look at these storms just one more time. Stormdale Mountain Creek isn't exactly doing a whole lot. There is a little bit of rotation in the QLCS around Autaugaville, so that is something to keep in mind as well. There's a lot of gusty winds across the board with these storms. I will admit that much. So, you know, if you are being impacted by these storms, you could definitely see some gusty winds at or around, maybe even in excess of 60 miles per hour. So that is something that everyone needs to monitor as that heads off to the north and east. So as I said, I most likely will be live streaming tomorrow. If you want to, tune into that live stream, then please be sure to turn on notifications if you haven't already subscribed. For everyone who has helped us out today, whether you subscribed, liked the video, shared it with friends and family, stuff like that, or even on social media, I just want to tell you all, you guys are amazing. And this is the second live stream that we did today, because YouTube doesn't like it when we do live streams over 12 hours. Doesn't like it for anybody. So this is kind of the part 2 live stream, but the part 1 live stream will be on my channel. I think it has like over 50,000 views or something like that. Yeah, it has 53,000 views, which is absolutely insane. So I think that's the most one of the larger live streams that we've had on YouTube, and higher than some other YouTubers. So appreciate it. I really do. This has actually smashed my my live viewer record. So yep, this is most likely gonna be it for me, guys. I will see you all tomorrow, no doubt about it. We will come back tomorrow. We will come back to talk about the tornado risk, and we will continue to do what we do for every single live stream, because that's what we are known for, this channel, a live streaming service, better in the community to inform people as to what all is happening around. And then the videos are kind of like a side thing to where we just inform people about when we live stream and what stuff will happen. So yep, that's gonna be it. I love you all. Thank you all for coming. Joshua Ruff with the $1 super chat to end the stream. My goodness. You guys, yeah, to all the people who super chatted today as well, you guys are insane too. We've had like a couple $50 donations, $100 donations, so a lot of 5s, a lot of 2s, a lot of 1s, a lot of 20s. You guys are absolutely insane, and I appreciate the support. All the money will go back into the streaming service, whether it's weather equipment or just anything in general. So that's something to keep in mind, that it is going into a good cause, or at least going back into the stream, I believe. So yep, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.